Hey buddy, in this John Plantek, and today we are testing out or doing part two. Sorry, still have some cough congestion going on. Of our top-down concept to finish project. Now, a lot of you started sending out like emails and some messages on the other social sites I use and say, "Hey, you want to use an Android?" Okay, cool. So this is what I'm gonna do when we finish our concept. So this concept, when it gets to the finished part and we start moving into the actual like building the game and importing it to the different sources, that's when I'm going to do an Android test and just be like, okay, this is how we do an Android. Because I could just do it now and just do like a bunch of stuff, but I want to do this in some sort of ordered fashion. When I do these projects, they're not going to be completely concise, but I'm going to try my best. So do expect in the next video or the video after that, an Android port so that we can see in the demo form how everything works. So as you can also see, everything looks different. It's because my Windows computer is acting weird, or I didn't save the project. I have a vague memory of me actually saving it to a flash drive where I have all my like projects. So I have like a 512 little flash SD card. And I actually save all my video temp projects and game files and folders on that, so I don't use up my hard drive. I have a weird process of doing it, but in case I want to move it from my Acer Nitro workstation over to my Lenovo Yogabook 14, I can move a project from here to there with little issue. But for some reason, it didn't load up. My Windows has Acer has actually been having issues, so I had to create another user account. I'm about to just blitz it and just reload Windows back onto it and all of my projects, which is going to be crazy, but that's going to take like 3 days-ish. But I want to put out this video real quick because I said I would do that. So we have our enemies, we have our doors, and so what we're going to specifically do is make sure everything running smoothly, put in some textures on the walls. I know it has a base texture, and I know the doors have a base texture, but I actually want something pretty to look at, so that we can actually be like, oh, this is kind of cool. And also what we're going to do is that these doors are going to have an activation. So one of these doors is basically go near it, it's going to activate, or it's going to be a push button. So we're going to do several forms of doors. And then on one of these other ones, it's basically get the key that's behind the enemies to open up the other doors to access like the next level or whatever. So that's what we're going to do. So let's get actually into getting some of these textures on it. So first things first, we're going to get our textures from Philip K. Now, he creates a bunch of stuff, and I've been using his stuff for demoing a bunch of stuff, but his Ancient Collection has a bunch of old stuff that he used for, or was hired to create, and then he just released using a CC license, and you can actually see Creative Commons license, what it's actually good for. So you're free to share and copy and adapt and remix. The licensor cannot revoke. Basically, you can do a lot of stuff with this. I'm gonna just like leave a link in the description below so you can read that. But I use a lot of it, of his textures, because it has a lot of different stuff. But we're also going to be using TG version, source version, so we can use these for my current project. So I'm probably going to use this this top one. That's my Windows phone going off. PKO2 source version. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to import our textures. We're going to add, and we're going to drop in from my downloads folder all of these. I believe these are PNG or JPEGs. JPEG. If we just switch to those, and we can just select all of our textures and just import them in. Boom. We just enlarge them, and we need a floor texture. Also, we're going to need to go back to our edit to 2D. Okay, so up here. Again, enlarge this. Enlarge the size. Down one. And then, because we use, I think, this is where it gets a little bit different, where you need to either will just be okay with one type of texture of your walls, or just change it. Because we painted with literally was just one brush. So it will literally look like that. And then these doors, I know they have a door texture. I've used this texture set way too many times. I think we'll use a texture that's, I don't think technically a door. I'm going to enlarge this. Boom. Yeah. It'll just slide up. And then I feel like this is not good railing. Okay, so what we are going to do, and this is a little bit outside of, I wish I had a selector. We're going to open folder on that one. Find it. This will work. Okay, so we're going to literally just copy paste that, and then we're going to take that, we're going to rotate it right. And I think that's it. We'll just use this texture. Okay. Not as pretty as I was hoping it would be, but it will work because these aren't custom pieces. Boom, there's doors. Except these need to be... Yeah. Boom, there you go, doors. Okay, and then next we're going to work on the door animations so that they slide up when we go near them. Hey guys, John Plantech. Alright, so in case you noticed a little blip, I had to switch to a different screen recorder. The other one just had a little bit of an issue, so I switched back to an oldie goldie that I use. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to choose one of these doors as basically the a simple open and close door. So we're going to do this one, just out of the blue. We're going to go to behaviors, and then we're going to go to on proximity, do something. We're going to set that to 30. On action, we're going to actually change its direction, or where it's going to move. So I'm actually going to grab its XYZ coordinates. Let's have this go into the floor. And we go to, let's see, change position of scene node, which scene node, current selected model, move animated position, boom, and then it is called mesh 5. Okay, let's just change that bit to select mesh 5. Boom. Then we're going to test that out. Always test. Again, I'm going to move this over to Firefox. That is actually our default publishing platform. That's why I'm actually pushing that, instead of saying, hey, move it to Windows EXE. It's okay. Change that instead of active casing node, it is cube mesh 1. Let's just test this, and the exe flash just froze on me. So there you go. Okay, and then that's just my security system being like, yo, hey, it's sketch. Okay, cool. So once we got that, let's move on, change position. Leaves radius, action set. Change position. we're going to copy its location currently. Mesh 5, boom, animated, done. Let's see if it will run in Flash again. Copy that. So the door's not wanting to go back up. And so that's inner radius. Oh, okay. And so if it's C node, select mesh 1. There you go. Okay, so we're gonna relaunch this. Okay. Door goes down, door goes back up. Okay, but what we're gonna do is when it leaves, let's say 40. Switches back over to exe for quick showing. And then it stays down long enough for us to okay. Another way of doing this, and I think I'll show it on one of the other doors, is when you enter it, what we can do. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to show it on this one. So I'm going to copy behaviors and copy it onto this one. And then we're going to paste behaviors. I'm going to, okay, on proximity to something, you're going to enter the door, change the scene position, okay, proximity do something, and then we're going to change it's going to change this position, and then set random value, special. We're going to download do later. This is a plugin. An open folder. Do later. We're going to open this. We're going to copy. We're going to go into our documents. Copper cube, plugins, paste there, extensions, paste there. Okay, that should be it. And then we're going to minimize that. I'm going to say okay on that. We're going to go to edit. We're going to reload. And it should say do later. Okay, right on top. Okay. So on proximity, change position, and then on scripted actions, you do something later. So we're gonna wait 4 seconds, 4,000 seconds. We're gonna do change the overlay. Do change position. Change variable. Okay, so we're gonna do this a little bit differently. Okay, so level 1 before first rolling, also on reload action. Set or change a variable. Door. Set value of 0. Okay, cool. So now we're gonna click on this door. Our proximity to something. We are going to change position of a scene node and variable. Set or change a variable. Door set equal to the value of 1. Okay, so on proximity to something, it's going to change the position of the scene node, set or change a variable. And then on change scene node, we're going to change it to 1. And then on proximity, again, a scene node. We're going to say cube mesh. So first he enters it and then he leaves it. So on entering it, it's going to change or set a variable. Okay, what was I gonna do? Okay, he's entering it, and so it stays down. Equals to 1. Okay. And now that he's done that, we are now going to create our key. Insert. So this is going to be our key. We're going to, before start, we're going to set a variable. Oh, nope. Variable, set or change a variable. So door underscore key, we're gonna overlay that or copy that. Set OK. Then we're going to change an overlay, or not overlay, a variable. Boom. SC node, select, cube mesh, boom. Good to go. Cool. And what we're gonna, okay, so what we're gonna do is to quickly describe what's gonna happen is that set or change a variable to scene 1, and then over here we're gonna change the sky. If or do an overlay, we do an overlay. So that will be our key. Scenes, change the texture, select, overlay, boom. We're gonna make it wood. I wish we could just change the color. That'll be fine. Okay, so it'll be like, hey, yeah, we got it. And then we're gonna tell it to destroy itself. Game sounds, and then we're going to delete the scene node, the current scene node that's selected, and then this door is going to open. So we're going to basically just copy and paste these magic little bits from mesh 5, modify, we're going to copy, modify, and paste. Okay, cool. Copy position. Oop. Paste. Okay. Well, technically not. Okay, so yes, like that, but we're going to need to delete that, so we're going to do a variable. If variable has value, do something. Remember, it was door underscore lock is equal to the value of 1. Action, change position, mesh 16, animated, good to go. Else, just don't do anything. Boom. And on this one, since we already unlocked it, it's literally just going to be where it is. Oh yeah, we need to move that door too. Okay, what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna move that door out of our way for now. And why aren't you reacting to the sphere? Cube mesh 1. Okay, it could have literally just been like reacting to it and then just like not doing anything with it yet. Okay, so let's see if we can rush through this before it flashes through the security program. Boom. Yeah, that was it. There we go. So we have our key. Now will it interact with our door? Pretty sure it's this one. Okay. We gotta fix that. On proximity, QMesh1 enter if a variable door underscore lock is equal to a value of 1, change position. Door underscore key. It would help if I could actually understand my own code. Boom. Boom. And then here we are with the bad guys. Alright guys, now we need to move on to the AI and the basically player shooting setup. So basically on the AI, real quick since it's the easiest, it's just game controller with health, randomly patrol, and then you want to put in action on attack, and then this is what I did. Use for shooting, use the C node, cube mesh, bullet speed 0.05, cube mesh 4, so he's actually shooting out a cube so I can see it, and then I need an additional rotation, and then that's what it is right here. This is basically a really basic AI. I could play around with it a little bit more, but he attacks anybody with the tag any actor. And then the bullet for the player is the sphere, and then this cube is, let's copy its position real quick. Boom, there you go. Okay. And then that's our player. And then he has a game actor with health. So, and it's going to say this is the player, so that we can have a health system for the player. Ignore everything else. And then like some attacks. And then on action die, we restart the scene so we know, hey, you died. And then on him, when key is pressed do something, left mouse button, key is pressed down. We're going to shoot, as to say bullet, use the C node, sphere 0.1, weapon range is 1000, cube mesh, so it's the cube, and then additional shoot rotation is 00 / minus 90.0 / 00. And his health is set to 10, and then my guy's is set to 100. So when we hit play on the HTML, this is the door that we need to open. I'm going to let him try to shoot. There you go. You're gonna pick up our key. I'm gonna put in a health box. And we're just gonna take care of him. Then we're gonna open up this door again. Do our locked door. Take care of. Well, they don't have the AI to set up either. So all we have to do for that one though is copy behaviors and then modify paste behavior, modify paste behavior. So we actually, if we want to duplicate some bad guys, we can have 2 in here. And actually 1 in the room where we pick up the key. We hit play on that. There's our door, can't go through it. I'm gonna put up like a little sci-fi GUI that says, hey, you can't, you know, whatever. Pick up our key. Kill that one bad guy. I'm gonna see if I can get, yeah, there we go. Kill him. I'm also gonna set up our health. And that opens, that closes, and then we can go through the other locked doors. And we'll probably do some different weapons too. Alright, so that was our basic AI. I know I need to improve on that. The shooting mechanic, a key mechanic, which we're actually going to expand on. And the next one, we're going to move on to GUIs. So a proper key GUI, health, a door actual icon, so it'll actually pop up right in front of the door, say, and change colors and be like, hey, blue or whatever, hey, this is the key that you need, or hey, you can't, or you don't have access. And then we're also going to expect an actual change to some of the textures that you're going to see, so it's a little bit more advanced. And then probably after that video, you have a video dedicated all on its own to exporting it to Android and onto Flash for our first test, so a quality test for Flash, and then we're going to start moving into the actual production of said video game. Alright, hopefully you guys like this video. I know it was like some parts are going to be like junked together with some editing, but hopefully remember, like, subscribe, comment down below, and what you would like to see next. Remember, after this project, I will be moving into a proper third-person concept to full-on video game, and then we're going to be moving probably after that into a Unity or Unreal. So expect videos from that. So yeah, comment, subscribe, comment down below.